Alright, welcome back to DL Gamers Custom Cars and anything you can think of here. What we're going to work on, if the sun lets me, let's see how this goes here. Oh, trying to readjust the camera here, boys and girls. Okay, I think I almost got it. No, maybe not. Everything's plastic. Alright. Start. Shirt's all welded all the ship. Oop.
Real customers share their stories at
Okay. What do we got here? Okay. We have the cluster that we built. And then we have some gauges. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Water temp. So what we're going to do first, we're going to start by one, putting the gauges in the cluster. So let's start that process. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, where is the water temperature gauge? That's the first one I grabbed. Oh wow. Right here. I wonder if we can get some more light on this subject here too, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. I'm in the wrong position for everything here, I think. They give you a good lead wire. That's good. Okay, so the water temperature is going to be the bottom left. Okay. Should have brought some stuff in to stand this all on. Oh, it's that hard to throw a couple wires through a hole? Jeepers creepers. Oh gosh. That's how crazy I must be getting here. I'm a pretty stupid guy, you know. I'm not a smart person, you know. Had somebody tell me that this past weekend. So I guess I'm not that smart, I guess. Yeah. See how this is gonna go. So don't click your wires on there until you get this thing in. Actually, I'm just trying to keep everything organized. That's what I'm trying to do here. But as you can tell, I'm having some serious complications here. Yeah. Good enough for now. So what is going on here now? Okay, it looks crooked. Huh. Okay, that ain't gonna work. Fine. Batting zero, boys. Batting zero. Pull this off. Oh, there goes one of my washers. Okay, I forgot I had them on there. Okay. I've got one anyway. Let's go. I'll find the other one maybe. Maybe we won't. Maybe it's in my shoe. Okay. We'll leave it off for now. Oh no, there it is. It's right here. There it is. There it is. Whoop, whoop, there it is. Maybe that's not gonna work. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, we'll leave that just like that for now. Let's see. Fuel gauge is going over. Let's see, make sure that is. Yes, it is. It's going to the other side of the steering column. Okay. Let's see, temperature, oil pressure. That's longer. Okay. What's the next one here? Bolts. Oil pressure, that's the one we're looking for. That guy through there. We should do this different here. This isn't such a good video. Where is it? Well, maybe it is. Yeah. Just leave it alone for now. Okay. Snap that on last. Now we gotta get this stuff out of here. There. Right, I gotta go get a scissors so I can open up plastic bags because I can't do that with my bare fingers. There. That's how simple that is. Once you got the tools to do the job, bring that out just a little bit. And we'll put the star washer. Yeah, dash cluster is actually a complex situation, as we'll see here in a little while. Just to get the nut on the clamp, and I got several to do yet here. There we go. How level are we here? Something like that, I would say. Okay. Got oil pressure and water temperature in there. And we gotta make sure we keep the wiring together. Pull that out right away. Snap that in there. Okay. Now, I'll do bolts. Now I'll do bolts. And then there was light, God said. Yeah. That's what happened. That's exactly what it did. Okay. Looks like I might have to take it totally off. Yep, okay, we'll do it. Let's try not to lose our washers here. We gotta bend this guy out just a little bit. Bend this guy out a little bit. And we can put it back together. Put our star on there. Put this other star on there. Okay. So I'll be looking. I look at the words. Don't look at anything else on the gauge when you're leveling it. Look at the words. The words are level. The oil pressure one is off a little bit, I noticed. Okay. Okay. Let's snap that wiring harness on there so we know it goes with that gauge. Although so far the wire harnesses have been totally the same, but to me they're all the same. I don't know. So far they've been. I like to keep things in an orderly situation, I guess. Okay. Now, when we're driving this thing, you look down at the speedometer. You want to look over here. You want to look over there. Probably closer the better. Let's just take for granted it's this way. So I'm sure it's the wrong way. But well, that's right, you got an antenna because it's GPS. Got an electrical connector. Okay. So we won't hook up the antenna until we get this thing in the car. So let's put that back in the case. Let's get this out. I couldn't work out in the shed anymore. I had to kind of make a makeshift shop here in my four-season room. It's just too blazing hot out there. Can't handle it. Cannot handle it. Put that back in there. There's a GPS speedometer that actually comes with a receiver antenna. Looks like this. I don't know if you can see this. It's got a little like miniature coaxial end on it, and it goes right there. You take off this protective plug, and then you screw it on like a coaxial cable. And then this has got a sticky deal you can take off the back. That way you can stick it up underneath the dash or up in the A-pillar. People usually recommend to stick this stuff like up in the A-pillar, but I've always hung it underneath my dash. I stuck it to as high as I can underneath the dash, and it's always worked really well for me there. So I'm going to take for granted that that'll work again, I hope. Will it? Probably not. Will I try it? Yeah, I will. To me, GPS is the way to go because you don't have to program it. It's pretty honest. I've never Sometimes reception, if you go underneath a bridge, you might lose it for just a second. Sometimes. Not all the time though, guys. Not all the time. There we go. I had it set up, but let's just kind of snug these up a little bit. What's going on here now? Oh, no, do I? That's screwing up again. So, yep. Okay, gotta take that one apart too and then bend it out far enough. I don't like to bend them, but I have no choice. It's you want to go straight down the hole because of. Yeah, now I gotta take it all apart again. Okay. Without losing anything, that is. We gotta just bend that sucker out a little bit. Bend that sucker out a little bit. Make sure we can put this baby back together again. I just hope I can get this underneath fitted in there. There. Now we look at the words again. Yeah, it's really close. There. We'll put that harness on there. Leave the antenna off for now. That's in the speedo box. I wrote speedo on it, so we can't lose it. If I'm looking for it, I'll look in the speedo box, and I should find it in there because I left it in there. Okay, there's that. Okay. Let me look here. I gotta sit back here and look at the. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Next thing will be to tack on. Get that thing through here. So. Grab the box and get the hardware out of it. There we go. Screw that up. Perfect. Okay. There we got the clamp. Need the nuts and washers. In there. Okay. Let's make sure these are bent out far enough right away so you don't have to take it back and forth, hopefully. Straight it is. Okay. Then we'll snap that wiring harness on there. Okay. I'll take a look at everything. Okay. We got that part done. Now, the next thing will be to get the directions out and see which ones are all the dash lights, the ones that are grounds, the ones that are powers, and wire all that shit together. Then we'll have connections underneath the dash to make like the tack wire, the fuel gauge wire, the oil pressure, temperature, power for the lights, gauges. Yeah. Oh, man. This is freaking crazy. Looking kind of complicated, ain't it? That ain't that complicated, really, though. Okay. 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 Let's go for the dash light wires. So yellow. Okay. Yellow to the light switch. Tachometer, light switch. Small gauges. Yellow wire. Okay, all the yellows go to the gauge light thing. So we'll do all the yellows, put them all together. Okay, so all the yellows are for the dash lights. One, two. Three. 4 and 5. All these go together. No. So let's see now. If this thing's upside down, I gotta think about this. I don't want to do this. Do I want to take them into 2 and 3 and 1, or? Let's cut them all off here. Anyways, there's plenty of. Alright. Them up a little bit. Come on, baby. This is so effing stupid what I gotta do here. That and that. And keep everything color coordinated together. Another thicker yellow wire. Glue. It's going to have a marking on it, but should easily run all those LED lights. LEDs only use about 9 to 10% of the incandescent bulb. This one says left rear turn on it. But I need that gauge of wire to make sure I can make it happen. Okay. Garbage in the box. Okay. Now I could use splitter connectors for this, and I could solder them all together, but why do that? I've soldered them together, but these are all LEDs. I believe they are, so they're not going to take much power. Gotta make sure I pick up these ends from in that box. The dog might chew them down. I think that they're candy or something. Now when you're wrapping wires together, in my case like too many at once, you know. If you're good at braiding, you can do that too. What I do is I put 3 of them together, just like that. And I take 2. You can solder these if you want, but I'm not worried about soldering them. It's not like a starter wire or something like that, or alternator wire where it takes a little bit more nuts. And get them in together. Wrap them all together. Okay. Now I'll take the heavy gauge copper wire, and I'll look at the stripping. I want more strip on that, so I'll strip it some more. Actually, let's leave that in long. Let's do this then. Here I strip off a lot. Oop. And I'll run it like that. And I'll braid them together. Then I'll bend it back like that. Okay. Now, the problem with this whole situation is that I got a lot of wire on this side and hardly on that side. So what I'll do is I'll use a broader piece of shrink wrap here, nice and long. Slide it down the thin side. You want to use shrink wrap on this. If you're not going to solder, at least shrink wrap it, because shrink wrap pulls everything tight. And then I'll try to slide the wires together into a circle. Just like that. Okay. Okay. There, you see how tight that is already? And let's see, can I get by with one? Otherwise, if I feel that one is too big, then I'll put a secondary one on the other end of it. What I mean by that is that I slide a smaller piece of shrink wrap like this, and then I'll slide it into this one like that until it hits. Now when this all shrinks together, it'll be really tight. This will be a tight connection. Okay, so there's that. Look how tight that is. Now just let it be so it cools off. Right now everything's soft. Okay, so that's our lights, our dash lights. What should we do next? I'm trying to do all the common ones. The rest, like the sensor wires, okay, let's do all the blacks now. It's all the grounds. Black ground, black ground, black ground. Yeah, so let's do all the blacks. We'll do them the same way. So let's get all the blacks together. Let's see now, we're going to go on top or on the bottom? I want to organize these two. Let's see. This is going to drape down to the bottom like this. Okay, let's put all the blacks on top. More. 3, 4, 5. 5 blacks with 5 gauges. So what we'll do is now we'll cut them off so far. Now those could have been grounded, each one of these could have been grounded to a gauge, but the problem is when you have a problem, then you're underneath the dash trying to figure out what end it is. But with this, you got them all together. So I think this is a better way of doing it if you ask me, but what do I know? Oh, that's right, we're gonna have to ground the LED lights too, don't we? Okay, so we don't forget about them. Maybe we'll put them on a separate ground, I think. One, two, three. Four. And this must be the fifth one. Okay. So now let's take 1, 2. We gotta line these up though first. The more wires that you wrap together, the stronger they get too. But you gotta keep your resistance to a minimum. Okay, let's do 3 together again. The 3 gauges here. Okay. And these 2. Okay. Wrap them all together again. Nice circular pattern. Huh? Grab another piece of this white shit. Well, let's back that off for a minute. We gotta do something else. Where's my black wire? I gotta add a wire to that, don't I? Okay. No. Put it together like that. Nice and tight. There. Come on, let go of that, please. This wire will go to a chassis ground. I did with one. Make sure connections are tight, which they are. I think we're going to put a small little piece in there again. And then we just got one more complex wire to do yet. That's going to be for the keyed power one. Then what I do is I put a string of black tape around here so these wires can't pull apart. And then these wires will be together till the day this all goes to heck. Then you can just kind of cut her all apart, you know what I mean? If everything gets old like we do. Okay, let that harden up. Okay, then the next circuit will be the keyed power, I believe. Spot on with red, key on power. Tack on with red, key on power. Small gauges, red, key on power. Yep, so we gotta do all the reds now. And like I say, as you notice, I'm keeping it yellow to yellow, black to black, and now it's going to be red to red. So So when you're underneath the dash hooking this all together and you're trying to trace a problem out later, because if you ever have a problem, and which sometimes you do, it's easy to figure it out. It's not a mystery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're all together. Okay, let's do all the reds now. Then the rest of them, they're all for sending units. Okay, let's do. Oh, that's right, we gotta do ground jet for the LED indicator lights. Keep forgetting about that. We gotta do them as well. Let's pull this into here. Trying to keep everything open and get to it. Everything in an orderly fashion here. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And let's put some extra on there. Let's cut it right about there. There, rinse and repeat. Mm. Three. Three. And 5. Wrap all the strands up so they don't break off. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, now these are all the power wires that power up all the gauges. So we're going to do it same thing what we've been doing. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3 gauges together like this, these 3. Wrap these all together. No. Okay. Okay. And these last 2, wrap them together. Then we'll wrap all three of all these together. There. There's that. Let's get the red wire out here. We got some more heavier gauge wire here again for it. Let's cut a little bit off of there. You don't need a heck of a lot here, guys. We gotta go back to them grounds. We gotta ground all these LEDs out, don't we? So now red wire is gonna go there. Again, this is to power up all the gauges. Oh. Okay. Now, the fuel gauge. I have to power that up. I gotta light that up. Oh man. So these connections are gonna have to be, there'll be 3 wires there too again on them connectors, won't they? Shoot, I almost forgot about the fuel gauge. You want that all in the same circuit too, because make sure everything's tight again. Where did that wire come out of? Yeah. Bend that back over like that. Okay. We want tight connections. Let's cut this one a little shorter, I think. I think this will still work. And all the reds go to the red one. That must mean gauge power. Oh, getting kink in my hand. And just for the goals here, let's throw another layer of this on here so we know it tightens up really good. Okay, see that nice connection? That is so strong it'll blow your mind when this cools off. Okay. Now we're going to build a ground for all the LED lights. Another black ones we'll have to go with. We got 3 of them to go with. Left indicator, right indicator, and the high beam indicator. And I believe you can do them reverse polarity. There's no plus or minus on them, so. Okay, so we got our ground, we got our dash lights, and we got our power. There's the Pretty soon we can tape this all together. That way it gives it strength. If you let shit just hang around, it bounces around underneath all the bumps under there, and eventually it breaks the connection and you're under the dash looking for it. You don't want to do that. So let's, well, that sucks. All the sensor wires are green. I was going to tape it all together. I guess I can't. I can do these wires, but not the green ones. The green ones all have to remain separate. Let's see, the tack. Yeah, there's only going to be 3 of them anyway. Because the voltage regulator measures the voltage, voltage regulator. The voltage gauge measures it off your power wire when you turn the key on. That's why this power goes there, it measures it, you know. So that doesn't have an external wire. The speedometer one, that's GPS, that's got that external antenna that goes there. And then you got oil pressure, water temperature, and this goes to the negative on the coil. So, yeah. It looks to me we just got to build our LED ones. So let's get to work on that now. So, LED ones. We need 3 spades. Oh God, do I got any of them left? I've been using so many on my brother's car. This stuff is, these shrink wrap connectors are sold. This is $100 for this thing. Now it's probably, since Trump's tariffs, probably 5,000. So all we gotta do is worry about grounds on them. 1, 2, 3. And then we need the 3 power ones, but when we'll hook them up underneath the dash. But we'll put them on there so that we know where they're at. Okay. Okay. So where do we start? We start by building a black harness for the LED indicators. So let's use all this black wire that we snipped off of here. We need 3 of them. And then we'll shave them off. I don't have to use yellow ones. I wonder if I got blue ones. Maybe I used all. It looks empty. I'm gonna use them. Here. Let's see. I wonder if I get that wire in red ones. Save my yellow ones. I'll grab 3 red ones right now. We're gonna try it. Shave that off. In the way here. Let's see if the red ones work. I hope the red ones work. Yes, and they will. Good. Say right. Yellow ones. And we'll let it lay there and cool off. We'll start another one. Looks like the red ones are gonna be the ones. We'll put the yellow ones back. Alright! Yeah, baby! Oh, it won't cost me so much money now. Because the materials on this car alone, I think. It costed me a lot of money. He'll pay me back. I know he will. He's good for it. He's a good brother. We have our squabbles, but and I hate him because it puts me down for a while. Can't handle it. Make sure it's tight, which it is. String this one together again. My smoke detector in the house. I got several of them that may go off. Okay, let that one cool off. Okay, what's the next one? Tight. Yep. Okay. So while that's all cooling off, let's take these, put these back in the case. They're so expensive. I've been using them up. Hope there's some left when I need them. And take 3 more out. And those will go on the wires that are existing in the car. The left turn indicator wire, the right turn indicator wire, and the high beam indicator wire. So those will just push on there. Okay. What's the last one I did? Must be that one. That one is boiling hot yet. Jeez. That's me. Still kind of warm. Okay. So all these grounds can go together again. I cannot leave out that fuel gauge. That's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be tapped into all these too again. Well, the ground for the gauge can be over by the gauge, but it needs the power and it needs the dash lights. Okay, here we go. What is the best way to do this? Okay. Okay. That's one. I wonder, all that wiring I brought in here and trimmed off, I wonder if they're indicator wires. I could just, that way I could take the torch here and go, you know, I could really seal them on there so they don't fall off. That's two. That's the high beam. That's heading down in the center there. Okay. That one looks good, and that one looks good. Okay, so all the grounds for indicator lights. Okay, now let's get them together. Okay. Of course, I use the shortest wire the furthest away. Ah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. And they were all stripped off nice. I could have used that. No, it's just, I tell you. Can't win them all, they say. Can't win them all. Well, strip them. Rinse and repeat again. Let's see, we went along. Strip them off. Okay, that's one. That would be for the right turn signal because this is upside down. And this would be for the left one. And then the high beam indicator. You got your high beams on. Why did I make that so long? Jeez. I lost one for the first one of the day. Okay. Okay, they're ready to be put together. Now this is all ground, so they can be put together. We'll braid them. go. Nice little braid. Make them good and strong. Okay. We need a little piece of that black wire again. Bring them into one copper 14 gauge wire. That won't go that long. Should have went longer. Actually, I still can. How long are these? That's how long I want it to. In case they go to the same ground on the dance. Actually, I could wire them two together, couldn't I? Nah, let's don't do that. Let's have them on a separate deal. Okay. Let's get that wired together. We're gonna make this one no longer anyway. Okay. Rounds. Like I say, I could have ran eyes on all these, but if these comes loose, then the light will flicker. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to do, we want to keep everything on circuits here, so that way everything's on tab. You know what I mean? A small piece here, maybe I can use. And again, this is ground, so. A little piece of black would be nice. Takes a while to wire this up, but take your time, you'll get it done. It'll get done, it'll get done. Try to wire it with the same color and that's supposed to be on them. We're chasing down a problem that makes it a hell of a lot simpler to find. Okay. Okay, now I want to see once I cut extra wire off. Actually, I should just go out in the garage right now. And I know I got a whole bunch of wire wrapped around. You've seen that in that oval shaped hole. And it's got the the wires on it that say where to go. Now I just need to do, yeah, all I need to do is indicator lights. So I wonder if I should go out there and cut off the, shorten it a little bit, the left hand, the right hand indicators, and the high beam indicators. Maybe I'll put you guys on pause and I'll run out there quick and cut them out of there. So I can add them, so I can make this, so I have to reach up in the dash to try to plug these in. If I have them hanging like a pigtail, like these are all hanging here, it'll make the job a little easier. Green ones, I'd like to tape them all together, but unfortunately I can't because they're all for separate gauges. I wish I would have used different colors on them. That's all the same crap, you know. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do quick. I'll run out there and I'll cut pieces off that way. And all I gotta do is connect the same wire to the same wire underneath the dash. And it'll make it a lot easier for us, you know. So, yeah. So I could tape like this all together. You know, now look at this. This one's long and this one's tighter. See, that sucks. That actually sucks. But and then I just got the 3 green wires and the indicator wires. So there's still several wires here, but got everything kind of narrowed down and things. Oh, sit back here for about 30 seconds. Got big storms coming my way too. I'm just going into, I live in Minnesota here, so they're just in western North and South Dakota, but they're going to come our way tonight. So if I can get this wired up, at least then that's done. So I'm going to head outside and cut 3 wires off, left and right, and high beam indicator wires. Just little pieces off them. So I can put the ends on here. So why don't I put you guys on pause for a minute. Okay. No, couldn't sacrifice any wire off of there except for a little bit of the high beam indicator one, but got some short already. So now that I screwed this all up here, let's just pull this around right now. I need 3 of these. I gotta straighten this all up here. It's a little messed up though. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. There's a nice high beam one. This looks like a little beam or something. Oh, shit. Left turn, Clyde. height of everything right there I need. Well, high for sure. Okay. Try to read this. It's a dark one. Okay, I gotta run back outside. Alright. Okay, so right turn, Clyde. I have to look for them. Right turn. Let's get that with the right knee, huh? So I can cool off. And this is the left turn. This is this one. This left turn. And this is high beam. Actually, I think we'll just start with around there. Let's just catch it. Yeah. Your wire went in there. Okay. This is the right knee for the right turn. If I flip this up and turn it towards me, this one here would be right. Flip your right turn indicator. This is the left turn indicator. Okay. We get the high beam indicator, and this indicator, and that indicator, and this indicator, and oh, never mind. This one could be a bear to put on. Could be. Maybe. On the right. Okay. No. There's no black tape in, huh? Of course not. I'm kind of put these the way they gotta go here. The indicator lights in the one spool. Maybe if I should get some zip ties too. The green wires I can't do nothing with. They're all the same color, so I mean it's like you can't. You gotta make sure you hook it up to the right gauge. So, wish I could zip tie that together because I would right now. Well, I suppose I can carry some of this outside. Oh man, I just grabbed the wrong end. They're all laying all over. 50% right, 50% wrong. Always on the wrong side. Always. There's an E. Okay. How are we going to do this? We're going to do the blacks, the reds, and the yellows. This one we cannot. Tape this all together so it's stronger. This is ignition, ground, and dash lights. Yeah, that's all we can do for that. Let's get that done. Find the end of the tape here. Okay. Tape these together right here. Makes them good and strong under the dash when the car is bouncing down the highway. You take the time, you tape these up a little bit. You won't be untaping. I'm trying to find a short. What kills wires too, what people don't know is it's constantly moving. The connection's tight, water free. We have something. Okay. Now the secret is on this, is on the end here. Curl it. So if you ever got to unravel these, this might make it easier to do if you're looking for a problem. So, we got grounds, we got dash lights and power for the gauges. Now I want to put the indicator ones together. So far, okay, here they are. The green ones I can't do nothing about, because if I tape them together, how do I know which ones? I gotta start testing them. And you know, I'm not in the mood for that either. So let's that way these will be strong too. Green ones will have to tape up when we get that far. Come on, buddy. So what this does is add strength to the wire, and then I'll zip tie things together under there. Now you could put quick disconnect or bulkhead connector on the end of these, so you can take out the whole cluster, you know. I think that's good enough. Don't forget to do that again here. And that's so they're easy to untape if possible. Okay, then here's our 3 sending wires. Temperature, oil pressure, and tachometer. This has got to go to the ground, and this has got to go to the senders. And then, I guess now we can test them, huh? I brought my battery in the house here, so a little 12-volt battery. So let's test them, huh? Oh, look at here. 4, 6, or 8 cylinder. I gotta make sure. Of course, I can't see. I'll forget to do that, huh? Yeah, she's clicked all the way over to the 8 cylinder. Good. Almost forgot about that. Some of them you don't have to do. Okay, let's set that up there. This stays here. This stays here. This goes with me. Okay. Let's do some testing. Sucks if you guys ain't gonna see none of it, because I gotta see it. And okay. Sending units, nope. Computer wires, yep. Dash lights. Oh man. Put my wire cutter outside. Or my wire stripper outside. I did make myself. I thought I did. Dash lights. Okay. I think the dash lights only come on when you turn the ignition on. I forgot about that. Why they made them that way, the way the foreign cars are, I think. Oh, come on. Oh yeah. No. Okay, well that all works. Okay, so we got dash lights, all the gauges turned on. No. Let's check our indicator lights. Wish you guys could see that right now, but you'll see it when I put it in. As long as I know they work now, you'll see them later. That finished product, I'll start everything up now. Make sure everybody knows. Okay. Ground. Which one is this one? Oh. This is the left turn indicator. We have it on the right one. Left turn indicator. Perfect. Okay, that's right. Let's try the right turn indicator. Waiting over myself here. Little tiny nick. Sorry about that. I apologize for that, guys. This should be for the right turn indicator. Okay. Okay. And then the high beam indicator. Perfect. Everything works. Okay. Got the green light to put her in, I guess. Well, let's do this. So there's the finished product anyway. Now, I have to remember, which I'm going to forget, that I have to tap the power up gauge wire, the dash light wire, and the ground has to go to the fuel gauge as well. That's going to be on the other side of the steering column because obviously I have no room here. You know, the oval, obviously I wiped it off, but the oval goes really close here, you know, and then goes up, you know. There's no room for that other gauge. I could have put the other gauge in here, moved this one over and put it in here, but then where would the indicator lights go? And there's a hole on the left side of the steering column anyway. Might as well put the fuel gauge to the left side of the steering column. Now your passenger can't worry about it. They'll have to ask you, you have enough gas in here? So anyway, that is the finished product. Next step is to put it in. Ugh. But I gotta watch the weather here too. I got storms that are trying to brew, and you can see them up there on the thing. But anyway, guys, this is a long video, but please like and subscribe. On the next video, we're going to be putting it in. So I guess we'll talk to you later, I guess. But please like and subscribe if you can, guys. If you can, I appreciate it. And then hit the notification bell. If you could hit the like button, that'd be awesome. Nobody's hitting the like buttons, but that would be neat. That'd be so cool. And I thank you guys if you guys do. I appreciate it. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. On the next one, we'll be installing it. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get the notification when we're putting it in there. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.